Do you like it more when you think about
Which
it,
one?
Dominic?
No, I think if looking back, bro, it was one of the worst movies that I think I saw. My God, it was
Right?
so annoying.
Like, yeah, no, I'll watch Pravin go to shop again before I watch Dominic.
You would watch Pravin Photoshop also?
No, before I watch Dominic in the.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy, I tell you.
Wait, what? You would watch Dominic before Pravin Code again?
No, I'll watch none of the movies again. I won't even bring it to. I won't even like gun to my head, like shoot it, bitch. Don't ask questions.
At least cinema കാണണ്ടല്ലോ.
Yeah, ഈ രണ്ട് സിനിമയും കാണണം. Gun to my head, two movies, so shoot me. Yeah, rather than watching both the movies. But okay, let's start this episode.
Okay.
I will miss a lot of content speaking about this otherwise.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start. Hey everyone, welcome to the Vibe Collective podcast. ഇത് ഒരു മലയാളം മൂവി പോഡ്കാസ്റ്റ് ആണ്. What's funny is ഈ ഇൻട്രോയിൽ മാത്രമേ most of the time മലയാളം പറയുന്നുള്ളൂ. സംസാരിച്ച് തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ പണ്ടാരം. Okay. Anyway, welcome.
പണ്ടാരത്തിലൊരു ആക്സെന്റ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. I like that.
Oh really? എന്റെ പണ്ടാരം എല്ലാവർക്കും ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടു? Okay, thank you guys. Goodbye, Mr. Swami. So thank you for watching. This is our 11th episode, so nobody thought we'd make it till here. ഞങ്ങൾ ഉൾപ്പെടെ.
Yeah. Even YouTube was like, do you really want to continue this account? Why don't you just shut it down?
ലൈക്ക് മറ്റേ നെറ്റ്ഫ്ലിക്സ് നമ്മൾ കുറെ കണ്ടു കഴിയുമ്പോൾ അവർ
I
ചോദിക്കില്ല
still
നിങ്ങൾ
watch.
കാണുന്നുണ്ടോ. അതുപോലെ they emailed us asking നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇതൊക്കെ വേണോ. So
My sister also asked me the other day. So I was like, so remember how much of a hype she gave us to watch? And she said, oh, I'll subscribe, I'll watch. And so the other day, so I was
yeah,
in India, I was telling her, oh, so you watch? She's like, what show? I'm like, what, you forgot the show you were very hyped about and you were so happy to see and watch? Oh, yeah, I forgot you're still doing that. I hope you started taking down those videos. I'm like, no, people are watching. And then I showed her the view count. Yeah, I'm like, see, there are
yeah.
some videos have 200. She's like, 200 people. Who are these jobless people? Can you see who they are? Can we find out? Can we ask them why they have gone so low? And like, where YouTube has a lot of content there, but yet they come to watch your show. What's wrong? What's wrong in their lives?
Oh, I thought she would say, oh, 200 views. So എന്തിനാ നിങ്ങൾ വെറുതെ കാശ് ചെലവാക്കി ബോട്ട്സിനെ കൊണ്ട് ഇതൊക്കെ കൂട്ടുന്നേ. Nobody is watching.
No. She thought they were
No.
genuine. Not everyone knows that we use
Oh,
bots there. Yeah, it's some.
okay, yeah,
It's
ശരിയാ.
between you, me, and Kannan. So let's keep it that.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no.
Sina Kanda.
I tried calling Kannan for this movie, okay? But then avane, what happens? Avane vilicha.
Yeah, I know. He said, I'm not interested. I've already seen it. Even if it's a movie that's not
Yeah.
out, because of his connections that he has.
If this wasn't, yeah, I mean, close. So he said, I've already lived it. Because അപ്പോഴാണ് ഞാൻ ആലോചിച്ചത്, റിമെമ്പർ 3 കൊല്ലം മുമ്പേ ഇതുപോലെ ബോക്സിംഗ് അല്ല, അവൻ മൊയ്ത്തായി പഠിക്കാൻ പോയിട്ട് കോച്ചിനെ ചവിട്ടിക്കൂട്ടിയത്.
Oh, yeah. ആ കേസ് ഇപ്പോഴും നടക്കുന്നുണ്ടെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു ഇപ്പോഴും സുപ്രീം കോർട്ടിലല്ലേ അതുള്ളത്
അല്ല, അതുകൊണ്ടല്ലേ അവൻ നാട് വിട്ടത്.
ആ ബട്ട് ഇന്റർനാഷണൽ കോർട്ട് ഓഫ് ജസ്റ്റിസ് അത് ഏറ്റെടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ടെന്നാണ് കേട്ടിട്ടുള്ളത് ആ കേസ്.
ആണോ? ഞാൻ ഈ കാര്യങ്ങളൊന്നും ഐ ഡോണ്ട് ആസ്ക് ഹിം മച്ച് ബിക്കോസ്
ശരിയാ ഇറ്റ്സ് ടു ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ട് ഫോർ us to put our head into it. നമ്മുടെ കയ്യിൽ ഒക്കില്ല അത്.
സോ കാര്യം എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇതൊരു മലയാളം മൂവി റിവ്യൂ പോഡ്കാസ്റ്റ് ആണ്. വെൽക്കം, താങ്ക് യു ഫോർ വാച്ചിങ് ദിസ് 11th എപ്പിസോഡ് ആൻഡ് ടുഡേ വി വിൽ ബി റിവ്യൂയിങ് ആലപ്പുഴ ഘാന. ഓക്കെ, എന്താ
ഇടിച്ചതാ ബോക്സിംഗ്
ആകെ 4 പേരെ കാണുന്നുള്ളൂ, നീ അവർ ഇടിച്ചോടിക്കരുത്. സോ എനിവേ, like, share, subscribe, all the സ്ഥിരം YouTube പരിപാടി, and also write to us because a new thing we're starting is let us know when we're wrong about things. Like we're talking for half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour sometimes. Like young things that down. Like we might tell ERA movie direct ചെയ്തു പണ്ട്, that could be a wrong thing, or we make mistakes. We might look like gods, but നമ്മൾ still മനുഷ്യരാണ്, ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് തെറ്റ് പറ്റും, right? So അപ്പൊ ആ കാര്യം എന്താ ബ്രോ?
Most definitely.
Yeah,
Big
absolutely.
gods. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean അവർക്ക് അറിയാം, but ഒന്ന് ഇച്ചിരി
Reiterate is like how we do the
ഞങ്ങൾ അതെ
housekeeping that part as well.
എക്സാക്ട്ലി, ബിക്കോസ് ഞങ്ങൾ വലിയ സംഭവങ്ങളൊന്നും ആണെന്ന് പറയുന്നില്ലെങ്കിലും ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് എളിമ ഇസ് വെരി ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ അത് ക്ലാരിഫൈ ചെയ്തത്, റൈറ്റ്? ലൈക്ക് ഞങ്ങള് മനുഷ്യരാണ് നമ്മൾ. തെറ്റ് പറ്റും. റൈറ്റ് ഇൻ, ലെറ്റ് us know and we'll actually say it on the show. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് അങ്ങനെ നാണക്കേടൊന്നുമില്ല, റൈറ്റ്? ഇൻഫാക്ട് ആരെങ്കിലും റൈറ്റ് ചെയ്തു എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് തന്നെ
Namakkedo.
അഭിമാനമാണ്.
That's not left.
നമുക്കോ ഉള്ളതല്ലേ കെടാൻ പറ്റൂ.
Yeah.
So,
What do you mean?
okay, so Alappuzha Gymkhana. So how we go about Ivide is it'll be all spoilers, right? So if this is too much for you, you haven't seen the movie yet, quit, leave. If you don't care, stick around. They're like, oh, I don't need Sundar Kuttapamar. Yes, come on. Oh, oh.
കേക്കട്ടെ.
അതെ, ഇവർക്കെന്താ പറയാനുള്ളത്? Yeah, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇച്ചിരി നാണമൊക്കെ വന്നെങ്കിൽ ഇരിക്കൂ, റൈറ്റ്? നാണം ഞങ്ങൾ മാറ്റാം.
You cutesies,
Now,
you pukies.
yes. So, first, let's start off with the good. All spoilers from here on. Austin, go ahead.
My biggest good would be ഇവരെടുത്തേക്കുന്ന effort. All the cast, they are all super fit. It's not the regular പറയുന്ന പോലത്തെ CGI or AI വെച്ചിട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ട്, nothing is fake. Everyone has taken that effort. എല്ലാവരും കഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട് ജിമ്മിൽ പോയി for the movie. They've taken that effort to come on screen and show to you that you put an effort, and they are proper boxers. The time period they took is what as per the movie's timeline, it's 6 months. Yeah, roughly 6 months. Within 6 months they're showing, and I think approximately that's the same kind of timeline they took. Nestle and all of these people, when once they started doing this, they put their heart and mind into this, and they've come out. So that dedication they all showed, irrespective of who that cast was. Like one of them didn't have to, like, including Ganapati.
The wrestling guy.
Yeah, and wrestling guy, they didn't show him without his shirt, so I don't know if his body is very. That is,
But he was also working out.
yeah, Baby Jean. Baby Jean,
Yeah.
I think
Is
he
his name
was
Baby Jean?
working
I
on.
know.
Yeah, Baby Jean.
Okay, yeah. No, so what do you say to your point? I think what that does is, this is not like, I mean, it's changing now, but if you Malayalam cinema, they don't prioritize our bhagam, right?
Yeah.
Or like when people are holding weapons, right? Like you can like if you've seen enough like movies where like how when people handle weapons, or if you've seen enough like
Yeah.
real world things to see, that's not how you hold a gun. Or if you're like an agent, right? And then അവരിങ്ങനെ ഗണ്ണൊക്കെ ആയിട്ട് വരുമ്പോൾ you're like, dude, you've never held a gun,
Yeah,
right?
you
Like
can
you can
understand. Yeah.
clearly know, right? Or like when they're shooting or jumping with a gun and like stuff like that. Where, or even in this one, um, why
The
I like
best,
this, I don't want to
the
shit.
best is there is one. Okay, I'm not sure. Do you know that Ranjini Haridas? Okay, the anchor,
Yeah,
and then she comes as a
yeah, yeah,
police.
yeah.
She comes in a police scene. Okay, I think
Okay,
I have a scissor here. Okay, so imagine this is
okay,
the gun. Okay, and this is the trigger part. Okay, where the
okay.
thing comes, and this is the other part where you hold. Okay, and this is where your trigger finger should be. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So how she holds the gun is the trigger part is still here. Okay, she puts so there's literally she's not holding the trigger part. Like, you are under arrest. Hands up. Okay, you can see there's nothing touching the trigger. All the villain has to do is like just തട്ടി മാറ്റിയാൽ അയ്യോ
അതെ.
the figure's not. So to add to what you're saying, not
Yeah,
everyone
no.
takes the effort to look at what the shots are and how things are done.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and also ഈ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ the what do you say, the stuff they're teaching, or like, so I've gone for Muay Thai like very basic, like ഒരു മാസം ഒന്നര മാസം എന്തോ, right? So it's
My
like
type
those are
of
the things. No, അവിടെ കൊണ്ട് ഇടി കൊണ്ടിട്ടാണ് ഞാൻ നിർത്തിയത്. So then
ഭാര്യ അടി
I'm
ആദ്യം
not.
കൊള്ളുന്നുണ്ട് ഇനി നാട്ടുകാരുടെ ഇടിയും വേണം.
No, it's like I'm not gonna say it was racist, but they just said like ഈ brown guy, yeah, അവനെ ഇടിച്ച് പഠിക്കും എല്ലാരും. So anyway,
ഇവനെ
അപ്പൊ
ഇടിച്ച് പഠിച്ചിട്ട്
so
വേണം ഇനി വെള്ളക്കാരെ തരാൻ. ഇതൊക്കെ വില കൂടി issues ആ.
you know ഈ മറ്റേ ഈ മൂവിയില് ആ മൂവിയില് ഫസ്റ്റ് first they give him the 1-2, yeah. I was the 1-2. ആദ്യം ഒരു മാസം ഈ 1-2 ഇടിച്ച് പഠിക്കും.
Bro, the movie was the one thing I loved about the movie was very honest. Like it was never
Yeah,
shrouded with things, or there was never something that was extraordinary, or എല്ലാം ഭയങ്കര plain and simple and very
yeah.
direct. ഒന്നിനും പറ്റി you don't have to think a lot
I
about the
believed
story.
what was happening.
Yeah, you ഒന്നും.
Yeah.
Did it stop? Did it stop for a bit?
Okay. Yeah, it hung up and I figured you got a call.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So what
Okay.
was I saying? Yeah,
You were
there
saying
was
how,
nothing that I felt that was, nothing that everything was direct, everything you can understand. You don't have to worry about the story. Oh, ഇനി എന്താണ്ടാവാന്നൊന്നും ആലോചിച്ച് കഷ്ടപ്പെടണ്ട. Just watch the movie as you're watching. Just enjoy it. You don't even need to sit and figure it out. What's gonna happen next? Like I think one of the only plot lines that you needed to worry about was what girl Nestlin would end up having. And
yeah.
that's the only thing that you thought, because the 3-4. But then again, it was never in your face, where he's always invested in that. Other emotionally avane ottum adu affect cheyyatha poleyana we saw it. So we never was also worried about it. And I felt everything was very direct on the face. It never gave us any room for confusion. Clear right. They were like, I think the director Khalid Rahman is always like, enjoy what you're seeing on screen. That's all we want.
So to your point where so the script, what they did is like it kept on, you kept second guessing everything,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Because ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു മൂവിക്ക് there's a template and I
Yeah.
was expecting that template going in,
Yeah.
right? Oh,
Nestlin
അവസാനം
wins.
നസ്ലൻ ജയിക്കും,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like he wins the final fight, like there'll be a small setback in between after the second, like the
And then
formula,
you're like,
right?
Nestlin, you can do it. Coach Lukman and all saying, Lukman being very
Yeah,
coachy, like how,
coach, yeah.
yeah, like he gives a last speech
ദങ്കലിലെ
ഒക്കെ കൊടുത്ത് ദങ്കലൊക്കെ
ദങ്കലിലെ
പോലെ,
ആമിർ ഖാൻ
yeah.
ഒക്കെ പോലെ,
ആ,
yeah, yeah.
Creed ഒക്കെ പോലെ ലാസ്റ്റ് മിനിറ്റിൽ വലിയ സ്പീച്ച് ഒക്കെ കൊടുത്ത് അവനെ ഇൻസ്പയർ ചെയ്ത് കോച്ചാണ് ആദ്യം പോയി കല്ലെടുത്ത് തല്ലുണ്ടാക്കിയത് പുറത്ത്. എന്നിട്ട് he himself says, like, നമ്മള് ബോക്സ് പഠിച്ചത് നടുറോട്ടിൽ തല്ലുണ്ടാക്കാനാണോ? Like, ഇയാളെന്താ നമ്മളെ പറയണത്, ഇയാളല്ലേ തുടങ്ങിയത്. Then he says,
Yeah.
ഞാൻ തന്നെയാ, എന്നോട് തന്നെയാ ഞാൻ പറയണത്, പേടിക്കണ്ട.
Yeah, no, it's things like like every time you thought about that in your head, somebody in the movie said that. Did you feel
Oh
that?
yeah, 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 yeah. I felt that. Like
Like I'll
all
tell you
those
another
lines.
example. Do you know how they did the entry intro or whatever for the
Again.
Alappuzha, all that? Yeah, and then like when that ended, I was mixed on it. I was like, like I don't know if I would do it. Like it was funny, but also, but like it was kind of like borderline cringeable, okay?
Okay,
And then the politician guy comes and says, "Is like, നീ എന്താണ് കാണിക്കുന്നത്? ഇതൊക്കെ പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് കണ്ടേ? നീ നാണം കെടുത്താൻ വേണ്ടിയാണ് ഇത് ചെയ്യുന്നത്." So the movie itself is telling us, hey, maybe what you felt is because, yeah, this is the first time they're doing it, it's not
okay.
supposed to
They were
affect it,
letting us know.
right?
Yeah, yeah. That I think.
And then the movie, like what I liked is then they made that into a joke, how the energy went down and down when you think it'll go up and up because more people got whooped.
The third day going.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and like, see, that's the thing, right? E movie, like every time you thought something would happen, the movie's like, not really. This is not a normal movie. Like the guy who says all those like ഭയങ്കര dialogue പറയുന്ന ഒരുത്തനില്ലായിരുന്നോ, മെലിഞ്ഞിട്ട്, I forgot his name. Wait, I have the whole cast thingy here. I'll tell you the name right now. Christopher.
Christopher. Okay, he's a stand-up comedian. He came up in Chiri O Chiri in Flowers. I was like,
Oh, really?
yeah, he's a stand-up comedian. He came up in
Wait,
that,
just so you know, like we talking about the guy who we think is gonna fuck shit up, and then he gets like ഛർദ്ദിക്കുന്ന ഒക്കെ അല്ലേ?
yeah, the first guy that went
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
Yeah,
the first
the
guy.
first
Okay,
guy
okay,
went down.
yeah, yeah,
Christopher.
yeah,
The guy who was
yeah.
sitting out, his intro was the best intro. It's like പഴമ പോലെ ഒരുത്താടെ പുറത്തിരിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. It's like, നീയാണോ ക്രിസ്റ്റഫർ? അതെ, ഞാനാ ക്രിസ്റ്റഫർ. എന്നിട്ട് എന്താ അകത്തേക്ക് വന്നെ? എന്നാരും വിളിച്ചില്ല. നിന്നെ വിളിക്കണോ? വിളിക്കാണ്ട് പിന്നെ ഞാൻ അകത്തേക്ക് വരാം. പിന്നെ നീ എവിടെ പുറത്തുള്ള കാര്യം പിന്നെ എന്നാ ഞാൻ അകത്ത് പോയി എന്നെ തന്നെ വിളിക്കാം. Like dumb shit, but it makes sense. What he's saying, someone should come and address him. Then only he should. Okay, that is what he said. Both are right. Yeah.
No, and that's the thing, right? This movie, when even okay, so you've heard comments probably about how it may be a nalla movie. People, some people don't like this movie, right?
Haven't heard that.
Where they're like,
I saw it thrice.
oh, really? Like, I mean, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so uh, some no, the main criticism is like, oh, it's a very like nothing script where
Yeah.
people don't like people avade put avade evade endo cheyunnu, right? And I think that aimlessness is the point of the movie.
Yeah, the main point of every time going to a movie is not
Yeah.
to take a message home or be
No.
കണ്ട് oh ഇങ്ങനെയാണ്
Yeah.
ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് inspired ആവാം, but I'm just saying not always you need something. Sometimes you just go to the theater for 2 hours just to engage in that interaction in that moment, see what someone is show, like how you go to an art show or a theater, like to see a play, you watch it and you come back, you go for the, why do you listen to a song? You listen to it to get entertained and then you're done with the song.
Or
Not
an
like you take
amusement
it home.
park.
Yeah. It's not like you take the rides home. You just
Yeah.
enjoy that time. That
you
is
know
entertainment.
actually ആ റോളർ കോസ്റ്ററിന്റെ മേളിൽ എത്തിയപ്പം
Yeah, judge it and oh, അതായിരുന്നു ടേക്ക് അവേ. ആ
yeah.
ഫീലിംഗ് എപ്പോഴും ഉണ്ടാവണം. നമുക്ക് വണ്ടി ഇങ്ങനെ ഓടിച്ചാലോ.
Yeah. No. Like I in the mail എത്തിയപ്പം I realized, why am I with my wife? Dude, I imagine if someone actually listens to our podcast and ends up divorcing. They're like, എനിക്കും തോന്നി വീഗലാൻഡിൽ പോയപ്പോ അതേപോലെ.
എനിക്ക് നെക്സ്റ്റ് ടൈം ഉറപ്പായിട്ടും 5 flags അല്ല 7 flags പോയി ചാടും. I also know. You thought only vegan and I'll know, yeah? Because I don't come to you, Canada.
Okay, only prashnam is you said 5 flags or 7 flags. Boom, the place is 6 flags.
Oh shit.
Correct, right?
Mistake
Correct.
flags number.
So like even let's take Naslin's character, right? Like ഇപ്പം അവന്റെ character fail ആവുമ്പം like usually ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു മൂവിയിൽ you'll be like, oh no, like I mean,
Yeah.
you felt bad for him,
You'd be
but
upset for
also
him.
you're like, yeah, but also you're like, yeah, he kind of deserved to lose because അവൻ അങ്ങനെ ഒന്നും കഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടിട്ടില്ല, like workout എല്ലാവരും ചെയ്തു, but you can't simply say എനിക്ക് boxing പഠിക്കണം and beat people who spend years ഈ craft
And little
hone
bit for the
ചെയ്യാൻ.
Jada that he had, where he was like, I'm going to keep winning everything. I'm going to go like that competition. Jayachappa, he had that thought, and it gave us.
That ahankaram.
It's not so easy to do this. Also, it's telling the truth, an honest truth, and
Yeah,
and
because the
Cherda
people
had
he
that.
beat up were nobodies.
Cherda had that determination in him because he was continuously riled by people. അവൻ എല്ലാവരും താഴ്ത്തി പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ he wanted that രണ്ട് അടി കൊണ്ടാലും he wants to ജയിക്കണം പറയണ കേൾക്കണം. And another thing I noticed, yeah, the coach, what Lukman was saying continuously were actually the things that they had to do. Listen to it. They were
Yeah,
actually instructions. If you listen to it, they could have won this. Like അവരത് കേൾക്കാത്തോണ്ടാണ് they couldn't get it through. And the
no,
only
just
people who
the
listen to it,
biggest reason is yeah, go ahead. The only
like
people who listen
Chelsea
to it.
won that competition. Ribbonit idiki na ribbonit idichappo kitti. That's how he won.
Yeah.
And the others also he told how to keep them in range and play and all. He said those right advices and right pointers, but no one listened to it. So then definitely what happened was this. Even Ganapati didn't listen. Left
Ganapati
arm
wouldn't
പറഞ്ഞ
Ganapati
നേരത്ത്
listen.
he kept going and getting punched on his head. You noticed?
Really, I didn't
Three
notice that.
times he
Okay,
got
okay.
punched in the head, and then just after that he comes back into his form, and then he gets it sorted. But he,
Oh, the Ganapati losing that fight, right? Where
Mm.
he gives it up, like he throw, like he's like, okay, I'm withdrawing the fight, and then they still end up fighting Ellarim,
I was a
okay,
good fight,
and
yeah.
then yeah, and then we thought, എന്നാ പിന്നെ fight ജയിക്കായിരുന്നല്ലോ, and then Ganapati says, ഛേ, എന്നാ പിന്നെ fight ജയിക്കായിരുന്നു,
Adam.
ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ആവുമായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ,
Yeah.
right?
Like you
Because
said, they say the honest truth that we are thinking.
yeah, and because that മറ്റേ because the ചെറുത് won the fight, right? You didn't for sure know Naslin would win or not.
Yeah, no, I thought from there onwards at least a couple of them would win. Something like that I expected. But there's another thing that that happened in the movie, exactly like you said. Till Neslin reminded us about, oh, there's one fighter among us that is left to fight. That is Chardin next to it. Till we all forgot about it. Yeah, he said, "എടാ, ഒരു fight കൂടി ഉണ്ട്, നമുക്ക് ഒരാൾ കൂടി ബാക്കിയുണ്ടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ്
Yeah,
I'm like, we choose this. I'm like, oh, Chardu,
yeah,
yeah, he'll have a second fight. So that was also that, and Chardu should have got that second chance to finish that. I felt bad that
No,
Pav
but then Allah, but then the finish would have been Chirda getting knocked out, and you don't want to see your homie getting knocked out when you know
another
he's losing
knockout.
this anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because ആരെങ്കിലും തല ഉയർത്തി അവിടുന്ന് പോട്ടെ, right? Like, so, and also, I think, what do you say? Like, even the Valida, right? Valid also lost because obviously he wasn't also taking that seriously,
yeah.
right? So everybody who took it, and like the Devakatan lost, but he could have won. So
Mm.
everybody who took it seriously won, and I liked how what was the guy's name? Kiran Karthik, something something. Kiran, yeah,
Kiran, yeah.
Kiran, yeah, yeah,
Even also
yeah. So
Kiran's
that
fear
guy,
was about getting a punch. That's what he was worried about.
yeah,
He overcome that, and in the end, he was ready to take punches.
there was that's the thing. Like you can argue or script illa, but every character had like our arc which you could see where everybody started somewhere and then ended up somewhere different, right? Where I mean, maybe not every character, but like the main ones we care about, right? And even at the end, when I've heard some complaints like, "Oh, wait, so now Naslin is team manager. How does that make sense?" Of course, it makes sense. He's not a fucking boxer,
Yeah, he doesn't have to be
but
the best to team manage.
no, no, but also team manager is the heart of the team, and which he is.
Yeah,
Because our group in there, like the heart of the group is his character, right? So he
yeah.
has to be the one, like motivating or like running the team. Because Lukman's character is not the character; he's the no bullshit, like like I said, and he's not interested in boxing. We've understood that. Like Apap Singh, like he didn't take it seriously. Whereas and I think they did you see a teaser dropped where they said they'll be back. So I think a sequel is pretty much
I don't know,
confirmed.
but like I said, I just said this before. I hope there will be a second part in that universe. It looked like it can
It
go to
felt
another. Yeah. Because
yeah,
in
and
my head,
also
I
one
was
thing.
thinking this
Oh,
will
yeah.
go like at the beginning when I saw this with friends. Yes, they were like, "Oh, probably there'll be a this will go up to state or at least to all India level something."
No, this
See.
was state.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so meaning South Asian and then
national level.
yeah
Yeah,
national and then it'll go all the way. But then it stopped here, and I was like, okay, this leaves a lot of room for it to go till the end and
yeah,
could be a second and third where these people in their life they develop a different character, and we don't want to see a lot of movie and lot of drama. We don't need to see this boxing is like
yeah,
how Creed 1, 2, and 3 happened. Everything was the same,
yeah.
somewhat the same. It's just different
Talking
fight.
about Creed, you've seen Creed 3, right?
No, I haven't.
The one
I've seen
with
only one
oh, you
movie.
haven't?
No, I want to.
Oh, okay.
I want to
So
watch it when I feel like want to watch it.
yeah, okay, okay, yeah, no, so it's that's pretty good too. So what so Creed 3 had some like so I don't watch anime, like I've seen like stuff here and there, whatever. So I'm not like an anime watcher, whatever, right? But so I remember Creed in the Samayata because Michael B. Jordan, right? So
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan was the one he directed that movie also, and he said some of this boxing scenes in the movie he was inspired by anime. I don't know what anime, but like
No.
it was inspired, and you could see because I know the Chella boxing scenes in there it was shot very differently,
Oh,
okay,
I haven't seen
where you could എന്താ പറയാ yeah, that's what I said. When you see it you'll understand. It's like, oh, I've not seen like a boxing scene
this
shot
kind
like
of
this,
a
right?
boxing. Yeah.
This reminded me of some of the scenes in that movie where it's like,
Gymkhana
I
as
mean,
well.
so if you haven't
Gymkhana's
yeah, so if you
action sequences were actually very nice. The boxing sequences were
it was
very,
very good.
they were very vivid, very to the point. Not just dramatic, where shots were not just thrown around here.
വേർപ്പൊക്കെ ഇങ്ങനെ
Yeah,
വന്നിട്ടാന്നല്ല, yeah,
that. Only one where Nestlin got knocked out. They showed very nicely. Yeah, we wanted to see that. But apart from that, all the other shots were very choreographed, very neatly, and kept in pace.
yeah.
Not just two or three punches, and later they were like, now we'll just show a knockout. No, they took the effort to show the fight, how each punch has affected that person, and that's how
you
it
know
went out.
I might be wrong, but like what I sensed was usually boxing movies, Lille, the POV would be like either eh, one boxer or the other, right?
Yeah,
Whereas, or it would be from the siding in it, right? Like
time
how we've
generally
watched
also.
the
Yeah,
boxing
yeah.
match. But idinath, I noticed we had like a refereed point of view, bole,
Referee
where we
point
were
of view,
right next to the
FPV was
shoulder.
also there,
Yeah,
and FPV
and
point
that.
of view, FPV also
Yeah, 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 yeah,
and then
yeah. തന്നായിരുന്നു, yeah,
far and wide and close, everything. So camera work was brilliant. I think, yeah, that's the most
yeah.
important part of this movie.
Jimshi Khalid.
It was brilliantly done, and it's that Khalid Rahman's family only. was part of this whole movie.
Jimshi Khalid.
Yeah, oh, Jimshi
I
Kalidama.
just said that. Yeah.
Is in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
family?
That's his brother.
Ah, brother.
Yeah,
So I
that's his
think that's
brother.
a, so I
Yeah.
think there was that freedom of, when that whole crew was family. I think they put in everything, and I think their father's some interview was also there. He was like, I think I sent it to
Yeah.
you.
And you know their elder brother is Shaiju Khalid.
Yeah, I
That
know.
is
I
the
understood that
yeah.
was
So
really.
it's like, what
Bro, it's a
the fuck is this
family
family?
of creative people that are in cinema that have been making mad movies in the past 1 to 2 years. Manjumal Boys Cylinder, someone's there, Gymkhana is there, Urijadi Jadagam, some Mammootty's movie. Every movie, they are all part of it. And that's insane to have a family that is so widespread.
No, and that's the thing I was saying, right? Where it's not that these guys are like, oh, they're doing fine. They are all like top of their craft,
Yeah,
right?
they're proper
Where
craftsmen.
when no when I say oh, it's a Khalid Rahman movie, your expectations are like, oh, this is at least great,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
The, the
Yeah, where
even I
or if I'm
remember this
saying
movie like
yeah,
Alappuzha Gymkhana. Okay, from trailer and all, you don't need to expect a lot. Like it's a boxing movie. Someone's gonna win. You're not expecting twist and turn. But when I saw Khalid Rahman direct, I'm like, I don't need to think twice. Tallumala kanda ഇറങ്ങിയ എനിക്ക് I know what this man's gonna put out there. I don't need to. There's no. I hope it's a good movie. No, I know it's a good movie. I just want to know how good it is. That's all.
so let's talk about the music, which is like
It was
very good in this.
brilliant. Yeah, true.
Yeah, like the whole movie like flew through, like music did a lot of carrying, right? Where like yeah,
Those are
carrying not
empty
in it.
spaces. All empty spaces. They used to. They gave us a little bit of a small music or a hum or something that they kept giving us to get us to the next point. They kept bridging everything. Not boring.
Yeah,
It's like തള്ളി കയറ്റല്ല ചെയ്തത്. For me to say in terms of good, everything in this movie was good. The casting was good. The comedy was good. The
yeah.
emotional scenes were good. The interaction of each character was very nice. No one
Oh,
was
one more
given.
thing I want to add. When you set up a character, I realized, not realized, remembered how how movie kore characters under, but when the movie ended, I remembered each character.
Yeah,
Like how the like because every character was very distinct. Like yeah, like I told you, it's scripted in depth kaanilla, but the characters were well written.
even the president fellow who you said,
Yeah, yeah.
I can clearly remember him and I can understand him to be a character.
You might not
That
remember his
was
name.
Yeah, I don't care, not the name. I'm just saying I remember him, what he did, how he did it. It's very clear for me. There's no.
Adara, you're not asking.
Yeah. ചെറിയ സീൻ വന്ന ഷൈൻ ടോമിന് വരെ നമുക്ക് ഓർമ്മയുണ്ട്. That
Yeah.
they brought him for what? Not even to referee the main match. So another subpar match just came into referee and left. But nonetheless, he came and went. We still remember him.
I thought the outfits were fire,
Oh,
like
all
of
of
all
them.
the boys.
Yes, all of them.
I'm like, and not even boys, like anybody who's wearing, I was like, attention was paid to it,
Yeah.
right? Where,
No,
and
it's like that.
also,
No. Talumala is whoever
yeah, and
costume designer who did that. No. Mad.
yeah,
That
but
was.
Talumala was more louder.
Yeah.
Like this
I'm just
felt
saying,
like
whoever did costume for that, yeah,
agreed,
the
agreed.
same kind of a note, this thing,
The
detailed
wait,
it.
who did the
All of this.
cost?
I forgot, but they spent somewhere around 46-50 lakhs in costume, just in costume.
Really?
Yeah, for
Okay,
Talumala.
I
This,
didn't know
this
that.
was out there at that time. I remember
Okay,
hearing this.
but again, that makes sense. Talumala costumes were like not
But
ordinary,
but I
but
think maybe Khalid Rahman understood from that. The attention to detail is very important. You dress them up, you
yeah.
put them out nicely. People would like to watch. So it's a visual treat.
When the movie ended and it didn't explicitly say sequel വരുന്നു
Mm.
പക്ഷെ അതിന്റെ അവസാനമായപ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് you were like, you know what, now I want to see these guys win.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
give me another movie, right? Like I like to spend more time with these characters and see what they up to.
yeah. It's
And I
something
think
I love. Like I want to know what's gonna happen next in their universe.
yeah, and I was gonna tell you something else about this movie where oh, I also liked how he in this movie the friend zone was a girl. It's usually guys in the friend
Oh
zone.
yeah, 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 yeah. The friends are all
his
good.
face like you could clearly see like she wanted him, and then he's like, oh Uma, oh I guess okay.
Okay, bye.
He pretending like he doesn't know. You don't like imagine telling that to someone, right? It's like, oh nyan avalde edutha what was that what was that girl's name? I don't know the girl's name. Okay, whatever. ഞാൻ അവളുടെ അടുത്ത് ഇത് പറഞ്ഞു, എനിക്ക് കിസ് ചെയ്യാൻ അറിയില്ല എന്ന്. അപ്പൊ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? അവളെന്റെ മുഖത്ത് കിസ് ചെയ്തു. എന്നിട്ട് എന്നിട്ട് എന്റെ അടുത്തും തിരിച്ച് അവളുടെ കവിളിൽ കിസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. Like if someone comes and tells you this, like, bro, she trying to fuck? Like, what are we doing here? എന്നിട്ട് എന്നിട്ടെന്താ ഞാൻ ഇപ്പൊ ഇങ്ങോട്ടും ഇങ്ങോട്ടൊപ്പം വന്നു.
എനിക്കെന്താ വേറെ പണിയൊന്നുമില്ല.
It's all അതെ, it's so obvious. And then they never bring her back again because they're like, "നിനക്ക് kiss കിട്ടിയില്ലേ? You got to kiss you got to kiss Naslin." Okay, നിന്റെ ടൈം
നിന്റെ
കഴിച്ചു.
PG-18 കഴിഞ്ഞു, ഇതോടുകൂടി പൊക്കോ, വീട്ടിൽ പൊക്കോ.
And also even at the end, he didn't get the girl
Nah.
because why would he?
So that's what it's all nice. It's believable things. It's things that they showed us nicely. When
Yeah.
it's not always that he'll win or the protagonist മാത്രമായിരിക്കും ഇതെല്ലാം കിട്ടുന്നത്. And in the end also, we thought he'll say I'll be a boxer. No, he said boxing എന്നെ കൊണ്ട് നടക്കില്ല. And then we're like, okay, what's he going to do next? And he said everyone sat together and said, be team manager. And apparently my mom guessed this, that he not team manager. She said even കൊണ്ട് നടന്ന് he won't be boxing.
It'd be funny if your mom said, team manager ആ ഇപ്പൊ. And you're like, how do you know what a team
She said
manager is?
it. She said it to my sister
Oh, she
apparently,
said
but
it?
she didn't use the word
Oh,
team manager. Like
okay.
ഇവരൊക്കെ കൊണ്ട്
Okay.
നടക്കുന്നത് അടുത്ത വർഷം ഇവൻ
Ah.
ഇതായിരിക്കും ഇവൻ ചെയ്യാൻ പോണേന്ന്. And my sister told me this. She's like, I'm like, I never believed that. I thought he would go to boxing or he'd choose another sport and be good at that. That's what he would say. He's like, I'll be team manager. And that's exactly what happened. And that was very nice. So some of these things are probably things that people, like you said, it's honest thing that what people are thinking about is what's happening in the movie. So I think that's a nice way of him relating to everyone.
Yeah, because like that's why I said, like, anytime something happened, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. When you zoom out and look, like if you just look at that in a vacuum, this it's like, oh, ഇപ്പം like you said, അവിടെ അടി ഉണ്ടാക്കാനാണെങ്കിൽ പിന്നെ എന്തിനാണ് അത് quit ചെയ്തത്,
Hmm.
right? Like what sense? Or when another thing is like, oh, why did they go back when they could have just left after the Deepak Ketan's fight?
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
did they
yeah.
go back? Because then these same people would ask, wait, ചെറുത് ജയിച്ചില്ലേ? Why is he
At some
not
point,
fighting again?
someone would remember that and be like, why did they leave without it? Yeah.
Yeah, or like if everybody else forgets, Jarad will remember. Yeah, I think I have one more fight.
ഞാനത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് വന്നാ പോരെന്ന്. Yeah.
അത് നിങ്ങളെ പോലല്ലോ, ഞാൻ തോറ്റില്ലല്ലോ. So
And
and
they didn't end
the
up showing him getting beaten up. I think in that instead they showed these guys getting beaten up outside, and they were like, "Va va va, nee jeichu va, pua pua."
yeah. Anyway, so now let's talk about the bad. What do you got bad?
Bad,
Or
I
things you
think.
weren't a huge fan of? I mean, yeah, nothing was very bad. Like,
Nothing was very bad. I think they could have not. They could have made his character a little more shyer. I think Nestle's character. Nestle's character was
mm,
too ballsy. I think maybe
oh,
it fits it in this, but if it was, I think that's the only thing they could have toned down his this thing. But then
so
again,
I think, bro, so I think the ballsy is that his cockiness and overconfidence, right? That's the same thing that allowed him to eat the puffs when the coach himself is saying,
where I'm coming
like,
to.
don't eat. Yeah,
That's what leads him to the mistakes that he did, which makes him
yeah.
who he is. And then I'm like, and that's the only time I'm thinking. If when I thought of the only bad, I think that was it. And then I'm like, that's what any teenager is. Anyone in his age, that's how they're gonna behave.
The
Then
confidence is
only
sky
they,
high. Yeah,
yeah. Without getting beaten up, no one's gonna learn what beating up is. And രണ്ട് അടി കൊണ്ടുമ്പോൾ
yeah.
നന്നാവണ ആൾക്കാരാണെങ്കിൽ that's very good. Let him get to. That's what I would say.
And
That's
also,
exactly
he's
what the
never
coach also
lost.
said. നീ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ കോച്ച് നന്നാക്കാൻ നടന്നില്ല. ഫസ്റ്റ് പറഞ്ഞു നോക്കും, കേട്ടോ ഇല്ല ഇന്ന് പോയി അനുഭവിച്ചിട്ട് വാ, എന്നിട്ട് നമുക്ക് നോക്കാം. He didn't stop them from eating the puffs and anything. Like he told, you will mess up. Then listen, go do it. And then when he came, I was like, ഇപ്പൊ 65 കിലോയിലോ കുഴപ്പമില്ല, ഇനി ഇവിടുന്ന് നമുക്ക് നെക്സ്റ്റ് നോക്കാം. What to do next? Didn't fight him over it. I told you, nothing like that. You hear now next.
Yeah, no, because the thing is, I mean, the coach knows that the find out after the fuck around is actual punch to the face.
Better
So you
than
will really
the
find out, right? Like, so it's not like, oh, Mark boy, angane. No, you'll get hurt physically. Like,
like I
മുഖത്ത് ഇടി
tell ya,
കൊള്ളുമ്പോ നീ അടുത്ത
like
വട്ടം.
that my cousin sister when they were small, yeah, so they be like, അയ്യോ ചൂടുള്ള സാധനം തൊടരുത് പൊള്ളും and all. Then they'll just move the child away. I'm like, ഒരു തവണ ചൂടുള്ള തൊടട്ടെ, എന്നാലല്ലേ അത് പഠിക്കുള്ളൂ. Otherwise it'll just think it's something. Then like, so I one day when like തൊട്ടോ and they made it happen. They're like, man. I'm like, ഇതാ പറഞ്ഞേ ഇനി തൊടണോ? No, ചൂട് ഇപ്പൊ എന്താന്ന് മനസ്സിലായോ? That കുട്ടി learned what ചൂട് was. അതിന് പേരൻസ് never had to tell അത് ചൂടാ, അത് തൊടല്ല, എന്താ പറയുന്നത് കേട്ടുകൂടെ, nothing. Chuda. Oh, okay, ശരി എന്നാ മാറി ഒരു സൈഡിലേക്ക് പോകും. So what was something that was bad for you that you didn't like?
The bad, I would say is I didn't like the look. I know we said the music was great. I did not like the lyrics. I think that
Hmm.
we always complain about the songs, but some of the lyrics kind of, I don't know, took me out. Well,
So
so I was like,
Panjara Punch.
"Ah, yeah, but yeah, 100%. Okay, where I'm like, അത്
Only
അത്
the
മാത്രമല്ല
songs
വേറെ
in
അവിടെ
that,
ഇവിടെ.
that was not for. It's just for that. Like you said, there's nothing to the script. There's
I know.
nothing to take away from that movie and come out and say, this is how life should be. It's all about enjoy it in that moment and just leave. Panjala
I
Punch,
agree.
keep
No,
that screen.
but
That's it. Not
no,
put on your track list and listen to the song. No, I don't think you should do that.
no, the thing about the thing about Panchara Punch was I'm not gonna save any of these songs on my playlist, but the thing is, when I heard that, it kind of like that was the first time I went like, oh, like for the movie, I was like, it's what it felt like. Simply പറഞ്ഞ് കഴിഞ്ഞാ, you're eating an amazing biryani and പെട്ടെന്ന് ഏലക്ക അടിക്കില്ലേ, like
ഏലക്കല്ല അതോ സാമ്പാർ വെച്ച പോലെ വെരി
eh
ഡിഫറെന്റ്
സാമ്പാർ.
like biryani
No, no,
കഴിക്കുന്നതിന്റെ ഇടയിൽ സാമ്പാർ വെച്ച പോലെ not just ഏലക്ക like something completely
no.
something that didn't fit there came suddenly ഏലക്ക is part of
Oh no,
biryani
for
no
me,
yeah
no, but that's what I'm saying. The
oh
lyrics are part of the song, which I like. I like the rest of it, but then this
ah
one bit, which kind of like took me out, and then you keep it aside, and then the rest of the dish is still good, right?
okay
That's why I
okay
made the like thing,
For
right?
me,
Because
that was
allengile,
something was completely different. Like Baby Gene again,
uh,
I thought there would be a very more rap songs would be a part of the this thing.
oh,
Like
angenne,
Cherdin's fight
I
was
didn't.
nice. Cherdin's fight song was good. You
Yes, the
remember?
fight was nice.
Yeah. So I
I
expected something like
didn't
that would
remember the
come out.
song. Okay, yeah, no,
I forgot also, but
yeah.
it was a
So
good fight.
that was that one thing, and also again, this is we already spoke about it. The script is not like Opangere deep and intense, and like I mean, it's pretty shallow. It's like little surface level, but at the same time it worked, and all the characters, like, it made sense, and the decision making made sense. Like, I was not wondering like, wait, this movie thinks I'm stupid. That's the biggest thing, right? When the movie like insults you, where like,
Yeah.
yeah, where this
Fair,
movie respect, and also they respected your time, right? Either when we were done, I was like, this is the right time,
right
I'm good,
time to
I'm
leave the
yeah,
yeah. No lag,
yeah.
nothing.
So
So I think to complain if there is something, I think there is nothing that I would.
അതാ പറഞ്ഞെ.
It's a big problem. I could much easily just ignore whatever I felt was bad about it and just move on and say this was a good movie and very much something that I would tell people to go watch in theaters and not miss out on this opportunity.
So this is the part where we talk about the ratings, final thoughts. Austin, final rating എന്താണ്?
I'd give it a 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of this thing or round figures.
No, it doesn't matter, we do point
Yeah, I
fives.
think 4.5 out of 5. This movie ended
4.5.
much worth it. Yeah, like I said, I'll still go back to watch this movie. If it comes in the
Yeah, I mean, you saw
comes on
three times,
TV or
yeah,
OTT, I'd watch it again. Like I would fast forward the bits that I know that I like and then watch it, but yet again.
yeah,
So that kind of a movie
okay,
is a 4.5 for me. The main point of watching a movie is to get entertained, and that this movie did for me. And other
yeah.
than that, important criteria.
So for me, it's a four. 4 is like a great movie, and like I said, iപ്പം ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞ badum are things that that's why said it as ഏലക്ക, because it's so insignificant. It's like if somebody says like, oh, ഇത് ഇവിടുത്തെ ബിരിയാണിയാണ് ഏറ്റവും ബെസ്റ്റ് ബിരിയാണി, പക്ഷേ ഇടയ്ക്ക് ഒരു ഏലക്ക കടിക്കും, you be like, I don't care,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like
okay,
yeah,
just
yeah,
it's the best
yeah.
biryani. Okay, one
Exactly, exactly. So that's why I said where it 100% worked for me. I drove like my whole drive was like about 3 hours all inclusive, and like I had zero regrets. Like if I knew this was the movie I was getting, and like someone told me, yeah, you'd end up watching this movie, I would 100% do that again. So for me, it's a four, and yeah, I recommend everybody watch this movie in theater or like in a very with good sound and everything if you can, because this movie kind of demands it. അവര് കഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട് പണിയെടുത്ത സ്ഥിതിക്ക്, the least you can do is watch it how it's intended.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So that is our episode for today. Thank you guys for watching. Again, make sure to subscribe, like, share. We'll be every week. Next week we will be reviewing Austin.
Todaru.
Exactly. Right. So we will see you next week. Right. Write to us, vibecollectivepodcast@gmail.com. Like, share. അതൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞതാ, എന്നാലും ഒന്നുകൂടി ഇരിക്കട്ടെ. എന്താ?
And subscribe. Yeah, അത് മറന്നു. Subscribe
അതെ,
വേണം.
മറക്കല്ലേ. Yes, 100%. So And anything else you want to say, add, Austin?
That's
Are we
good.
good?
Yes. That's our time.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Bye bye. Shoot it, bitch. It's okay, yeah. Oh. How's my audio? Is that okay for also this? I need to get
Allah,
everything sorted. I'll get all the equipment next week.
I don't have issue with your audio. Your audio is fine to me.
Oh, damn.
Um,
First time.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, like, for me, the problem is when it sounds like it's out of a voice recording. Like, അങ്ങനെ
Okay.
കേൾക്കുമ്പോഴാണ് because if you're trying to listen to something, like ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മളൊരു വീഡിയോ കാണുമ്പോൾ അതിന്റെ ഓഡിയോ മോശമാണെങ്കിൽ it's very irritating for us.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, by
Fine.
us I mean maybe
Eh?
just me, but no, because ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ, oh, audio is very irritating for us എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞപ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് you had this experience like, oh, ആയിരിക്കും.
Yeah,
Because എനിക്ക്
yeah, for me
പ്രശ്നമല്ല.
also. Oh, yeah, too much.
Yeah,
This audio
yeah,
problems, I
yeah,
tell you.
yeah. നമ്മളെ പോലുള്ള ഓഡിയോ ഫയൽസിന് ഇത് മനസ്സിലാവില്ലടാ.
Audio cinephiles ഇതൊക്കെ അറിയുള്ളൂ. Shoot it, bitch.
എന്ത്
Before I
പറ്റി?
left to here, തൃശ്ശൂർ മൊത്തം കറണ്ട് പോയി. Okay? Like,
നീ വരുന്നോണ്ടാണോ?
yeah, they were like, അയ്യോ പോലെ, you know, Trishul was like, don't go, don't go.
ഇരുട്ടത്ത് എങ്ങനെ പ്ലെയിൻ പൊക്കാൻ പറ്റും?
അതന്നെ ഭയങ്കര ബുദ്ധിയായിരുന്നു. പക്ഷെ ജനറേറ്റർ വെച്ച് ഞങ്ങൾ അഡ്ജസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത് പ്ലെയിനൊക്കെ ഞങ്ങൾ പറപ്പിച്ചിട്ട് കാറ്റത്ത് ഇങ്ങനെ രണ്ടാണ് നമ്മളെ ഇത് ചെയ്യില്ലേ, പേപ്പർ പ്ലെയിൻ രണ്ടാണ് വരച്ചിട്ട്
Oh. Even you didn't believe in it. I could sense. നിന്റെ രണ്ടാമത്തെ സ്ക്രാച്ചില് you're like, I shouldn't be saying this.
No, I started it. Now പ്ലെയിൻ എന്റെ കയ്യിൽ വന്ന് ഇനി എന്ത് ചെയ്യും? ഇതൊന്നും അരച്ചു വിടാതെ ഞാൻ ഇത് എങ്ങനെ വിടും? കയ്യിലായി പോയില്ലേ?
So, ഇതുപോലത്തെ bullshit ഇല്ലാത്ത tight reviews that respect your time, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button over here, and make sure you like it, comment, whatever you want to do, right? You want to hate on it, please do.
And if you want more reviews like this, that to the point, we can do like a 2-minute review, a 3-minute review, you know, whatever works for us.
Yeah, ഞങ്ങളെ അറിയാവുന്നവരോട് എല്ലാവരും ഞങ്ങൾ പറയും, 1 മിനിറ്റിൽ ഫിനിഷ് ചെയ്യണോ, ഞങ്ങളെ കൊണ്ട് പറ്റും.
Yeah. Shoot it, bitch.